Come on in, if you can hear, come on in. Is everybody out there? I see a bunch of people. That's all right. It's pretty crowded here. We got some room in the back corner. I promise I'm very loud. I had 3 daughters. I did, maybe that's how I got the gray hair. At least I have hair. That's right.
I love that.
By the way, it was like $10 for the stage, so.
Hey guys, could y'all slide this way so some of our folks out there can get in, please?
But he needs to slide a little bit. Yeah, people want to scooch a little bit to your military left. That would be fantastic. That would be my right. That'd be great so some more people can come in. We didn't really expect a crowd like this, so I apologize for that. That's right.
Blunt force trauma.
Blunt force trauma is what we need. That is what we need. Well, not here right now. That would be really bad to have a scrum right now. Everybody coming in, still coming in. Are we good, Zach? Hey, how's everybody doing today? I got to tell you, I'm so thankful that you would come out here in this weather. Sorry that, do I need to go up one more? Oh, hi everybody. Look at that. Yeah, I've been on this a lot. We get on this ladder a lot looking at MASH, let me tell you. So we got some MASH cookers back there. But I do appreciate you coming out in this weather. I actually had a speech prepared. The heck with that. And I'm not doing that because that's like, I guess, a politician thing to do, to say, oh, I have a speech, but I'm just going to go off the cuff. I'm awful with speeches, so I'm just going to talk to you guys. Again, thanks for coming out in this weather. Welcome to Silverback Distillery. This is ours. We own this. This is our small business here. This is my wife, Christine, right here to my left. My so their support is fantastic because they absolutely do not want me to run for governor.
Listen, you can't do that.
So my other 2 daughters would be here, but they're in Scotland getting their master's degrees right now. So I got one getting her master's in fermentation science and distillation. We're going to have the only mother-daughter distilling team in the country. My other daughter is getting her master's in film directing. She's the one who did the award-winning documentary Won't Pipe Down, which is about eminent domain rights in Virginia. So I'm really proud of her, and we were part of the storyline for that. So she's in Scotland also. So I do wish they were here, but they're with me in spirit. And like my daughter, Lily, who is a JW smart person, getting a technical degree. By the way, I guess when you run for politics, you're not supposed to have a technical degree, so I don't. So there you go. So vote for Denver. Thank you very much. Vote for Denver. But she's very, very bright, and I'm so thankful that Lily's here today. I do. So if I get emotional, a lot of it's because we've been in Aurora for about 3 years here at Silverback. It really started with us. We got a knock at the door from Dominion saying they were going to run a pipeline through our distillery area here, the 50 acres, that we have here. It was a 42-inch pipeline. They were going to use eminent domain. They were going to condemn our property. Now you got to remember that was after we had built a distillery. That was after we had built our house on the property here. And to let you guys know, this is our dream property. This is everything we worked for. I was Air Force enlisted. Started in 1992. In 1996, me and 6 other people got selected to pick any school in the country, and they would send us to that school. I picked the University of Virginia because that's where I'm from. So went to the University of Virginia. The reason I picked that is my dad was an electrician there. So I thought it would be fantastic that to be the first person to go to college, to go somewhere where family worked. Went to UVA, got through there. I did okay. I graduated with distinction from UVA. I was #1 in our OTC class, so they said I was allowed to be an Air Force intelligence officer. So, right. Now, Air Force intelligence is not an oxymoron. So it's not an oxymoron in any way, or it might be because I'm running for governor and people tell me that's pretty stupid. So after that, they selected me to go overseas. I went to Eastern Europe, and there I was on the Romanian-Serbian border for Operation Allied Force. At that point, we were tracking some bad guys going into Serbia, so I got to do that for a while. Then they thought it would be fun to send me to Oman, the beautiful Omani desert. So I got to go there and actually train the Omanis. There are allies there on how to actually do F-16 mission planning cell operations, which was a lot of fun. After that, I came back, and 9/11 happened. At that point, I was at Mountain Home Air Force Base, Idaho, and I was the intelligence officer for the B-1 bombers with the Air Expeditionary Wing. What does that mean? We were the emergency ring and 911 wing for the entire United States. So we were on a 90-day rotation, on call 24/7. If anything were to happen in the world where the United States needed to react, that was our issue. So the first bombing run into Afghanistan was mission planned by my team on October 2nd, 2001, after 9/11. I'm very proud of that. Now, it was a non-stealth run. I can't talk about the stealth bombers that went in there first. But if you're talking about an aluminum jet that had a really bad cross-section on the B-1 bomber, that was me. Us and the B-52s. And by the way, you know, when you're in a race, you want to win, right? No matter what. So we mission planned this. The B-52s left before we did, so we mission planned so the B-1s would beat them. We almost got in a fight afterwards because the B-52 pilots want to be the first to bomb Afghanistan. So that's how I like to play. After that, in 2002, they sent me to NSA. At that point, I was there in special projects. Now, there's a lot of different areas in NSA. What I did there was I actually supported the military there. It's a combat service agency. There's a lot of different things that go in there, just not like what you hear. So if you ever want to talk to me about what really happens, I can fill you in. After that, I did counter ID. I went after roadside bomb makers. We don't like people who kill our troops. And again, the emotional part of this is for the last 14 years, I've been absolutely sort of ensconced in the DoD counterterrorism mission and doing those type of things. So here we are. In 2007, I actually started my company, Analyst Warehouse LLC, and we supported special operations. We supported conventional forces and intelligence analysis at that point. I sold that company in 5 years. I was able to do that, and in 2012, after moving around for 20 years, going to 17 different countries, being in almost every state, living in all these states, we decided to come home. I was born in Manassas, Christina Tyson's. Actually, her relative is Thomas Nelson, which is pretty crazy. She's been around here a while, I guess. Yes, well, yes. Yeah, she looks great for her age. She certainly does. Yeah, that's right. It's all the hooch. Yeah, that's great. Please do not put that on TV. Thank you, honey. So I'm actually now, I'm not running for governor of this state. It looks like I'm in trouble. So, and as I fall off the ladder, which would be an injury. So what we did then is my wife, we were in Scotland at Denver Distillery in Fort William, Scotland. She said, Dan, she goes, I want to do some things. I said, well, you follow me around for 25 years, it's your turn. I'm never going back into the government when I'm done. This is your thing. So what you're standing in is Virginia Riggleman's distillery. She's a master distiller and CEO. She is one of the only women distillers in the United States. And I like her too. Not in a weird way. So I think you're going to get used to me not talking like a politician. I am not one, so I am not a politician.
Thank God.
Thank you. That's right. I've already used some words I think that people are not real happy about. You know, blunt force trauma. The fact that we got to drag the lobbyists and the corporate donors out of the sunlight, into the sunlight like vampires. I think it's time for us to do something a little different. And it really did start with the eminent domain issue with Dominion. You're not allowed to take my property for private property. Just not allowed to do it. Now, I'm all for energy. I'm all for infrastructure development. I'm a critical infrastructure expert. I actually do power SCADA modeling. I've been very fortunate in the counterterrorism realm that I've been able to look at critical infrastructures for countries all over the world. I know what's good critical infrastructure and what's not, and it might be good critical infrastructure, but there has to be a better way if we're going to have growth where we don't run over people, right? That's just what it's about. And if you're a little guy, and I wasn't a little guy, by the way, I've lost 70 pounds in the last year. But if you're a little guy now, depending on how you define yourself, it seems at times that you're powerless. My daughter sent me something, Abby, from Scotland before I got up here. She goes, you know, fear has two things, right? I think fear is one you forget about it and run, or you face it and rise, right? We were going to run. We had property picked out in Pennsylvania and New York in order to move from my home state because there's a second issue that we had here. And that's we've been fighting the beer and wine lobbies because they want to hold down distilleries in the state. So now I was fighting Dominion, and I was fighting the beer distribution lobby at the same time. And at the same time, I was running a company as CEO at that time when that started. So it got pretty massively difficult. Also, if you're just a normal Joe, you start to get used to environmental extortion. And if you look around what happened here, when you have the EPA, the DEQ, the FDA, when you have the ABC, the TTB, when you have the Department of Health, these are all regulatory agencies. And on top of that, you have the M&T tax, business personal property tax, personal property tax. You have the liquor tax, you have the 5.3% consumer tax, and Zach's telling me you better frickin' slow down because that's too many taxes. I got you, sir. That's what's happening. And at some point, I think somebody who listens to Virginians rather than the other way around might be the way to go. I'm not a politician. I'm not here for a promotion. My goodness, I'm not here for a job. And I'm not here for fame. There's a reason you pick intelligence is to sort of not be in it for fame. Right? You're not going to get a whole lot of people saying, oh, he did a great job on the analysis network report. Yeah. I think I got a lot more positive energy from whiskey making than I have. So, you talk about targeting. I did a lot of targeting in my military career. I think it's time for asymmetric, non-kinetic targeting. What does that mean? I think it's time for people that aren't politicians to target the people who are. I think at some point it's time for people that, there is a difference between servants and politicians, right? There's good people out there that are serving us today. This is a heck of a sacrifice. The fact that this many people are here, if that doesn't put a normal guy in tears, it daggone close does, because I did not expect this. I was hoping for a dozen people, then we were actually going to CGI it afterward and add it. So that's what we're going to do. So really, there's, it's about hitting. It's about hitting them, right? It's about honesty, integrity, and transparency, right? So we're going to hit them. We're going to hit them, and that's what I want to do. So are we going to go into policy stuff? We're going to go into taxation. We're going to go into the point that we need to copy some things that people did it well, like the North Carolina tax policy and the restructuring of income taxes. Are we going to look at what we can do with all the fees? If there's entrepreneurs in here, and you've been hit with fees, right? You've been hit with fees that are $2,700 that you have to pay to do a $5,000 site plan. Then you got to pay that fee for a fee to actually do the site plan. You got an issue. You got an issue, and I think that is actually throughout all of government, because most people who look at politics as a career field don't frapping understand that they don't know what's going on down at the grunt level entrepreneurial job making part of Virginia, for goodness sakes, and that's what we get in. So I think I'm going to be done here in a minute. I think we've had enough. It's cold in here. It's getting warmer though. There's a lot of clouds. So I'd also like to, any morning, so you know improper touching, there's a lot of people in here, so I don't want to What's that? I'm going to try to speed up November, but I didn't get through June 1st. So here's my issue. I've never in my life, I am blunt, I've never in my life asked for money without a return on investment. If I was going to start a company, if I was going to send my kids to school, if I was going to get a loan, it's because there's an ROI attached to that, whether it's financial or personal. There is no ROI for you explicitly if I'm to win or if I'm to run. You could waste your money. But there's an implicit ROI, a return on investment, if you could donate to me. That implicit ROI is going to have somebody who tells the truth. That implicit ROI is going to have somebody who's going to fight. And that implicit ROI also is that I have a learning curve that's straight up. You got to remember sometimes I'm going to say things that probably shouldn't be on the news. So I just want all you to know that. Or you know what I'm saying. And enough of your time is valuable. So the last thing I want to say, there are no little people. There are no average Americans. What we have, when I look around, everybody is an exemplary American or a Virginian that's supposed to do something with their life. And there's no reason that we should have people that constantly have your hands in your pockets because they're behind closed doors having some arbitrary meeting about how they reach in and take that from you. And we've been through it for 3 years. So if you think that these words are practiced, these words are thought every night when I lay in bed, look at the ceiling, and wonder how am I going to symbolically dismember some of the things that have happened to us. And I have to say a lot of things like symbolically and non-kinetic, because I don't want anybody to think I'm actually targeting them because I've been very successful against terrorists. So, please do not put that on TV. So anyhow, I thank you guys for coming. I'm Denver Riggleman. I'm running for governor. Donate. I love all of you. Oh, yes, sir.
I got two things. One, who do we make checks out to, Denver?
I would say Denver for governor. That would be correct, right? I am running for governor, right?
Right.
Yeah, Denver for governor.
Are you Denver?
I am Denver. I don't have a name tag. I'm Denver, by the way. I'm not the first speech.
And second thing, if you have not not signed the petition, we need you to sign it so Denver gets on the ballot. We need 10,000 signatures across the state. It is not an easy task. We need every single signature. On that, point two, somebody grabbed a whole bunch of petitions that we had signed. So if you grab petition forms to give them to somebody else, make sure that they are blank. Because there's like 30 petitions missing right now.
Yes, we want those.
Double check that you got those. But anyway, all
Is
that.
there somebody evil here that's taking?
Where's the Gillespie?
Well,
I'm kidding.
hey, yeah, nobody's evil yet, right?
Well, everybody, you gotta drink this vodka.
So I guess the lobby's officially kicked off the whiskey rebellion. By the way, thank you again for coming out here. There's love in our hearts. We're just a family trying to get through. We're going to fight. Win or lose, the message is going to get out there. You know, Rocky Balboa, you know, he said it's not how many times. Rocky Balboa is not a real person, by the way. You know, he says it's not how many times you hit somebody, it's how many times you get hit. You stand up and you keep going, right? Everybody here, my guess is has been hit sometime in their life. I'm shaking. I'm not shaking because I'm afraid to talk in front of people. I'm shaking because of the responsibility of being a non-politician running into a race. And I want you guys to know that I believe I'm doing it for the right reasons. If there's ever a time I'm not, or I say something that sounds vaguely political, anybody can email me or actually send a meme of you just hammering the heck out of my skull parts. Okay? All right? So again, I don't know how to end the speech with a rousing, oh my goodness, here we go, off into the fight. But again, it is only the people who believe in me that allows me to do the things that I think are right for the Commonwealth. So again, I'm Denver. I run for governor, and thank you very much. Carlisle said he is one of the best local consultants in the world. He said I can't mention it because it's about me. Thank you, Carlisle Gregory. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Robert, Jeff, Steve, Thomas. Thank you, my friend. There's volunteers, Steve. There's so many people here, and I want to mention all of them. But again, thank you. So here's what everybody was waiting for. There's 3 words, right? Bar is open. Thank you, guys.